massive ordnance penetrators, marking the first ever operational use of this weapon. I know that battle damage
All
is a
right,
great final
as
battle
promised,
damage
I'm
could take
here
some time, but initial
about
battle
this,
damage assessments
the
indicate
press
that all
conference.
three sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction. More than 125 U.S. aircraft participated in this mission, including B-2 stealth bombers, multiple flights of fourth and fifth generation fighters, dozens and dozens of air refueling tankers, a guided missile submarine, and a full array of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft, as well as hundreds of maintenance and
You know,
operational
I must have to,
professionals.
I need to change
As
the
the
title
secretary said, this
of
was the
this. I might
largest
need to change the title to this.
B-2 operational strike in
And
U.S.
I
history
apologize for being
and the
late for this live
second
stream.
longest B-2 mission
Let me
ever
get my
flown,
charger real quick.
exceeded only by those in the days following 9/11. Well prior to the strike, General Kurilla elevated force protection measures across the region, especially in Iraq, Syria, and the Gulf. Our forces remain on high alert and are fully postured to respond to any Iranian retaliation or proxy attacks, which would be an incredibly poor choice. We will defend the safety of our service members and civilians remains our highest priority. This mission demonstrates the unmatched
Oh, let me put on the chim up.
of the United States military. In just a matter of weeks, this went from strategic planning to global execution. This operation underscores the unmatched capabilities and global reach of the United States military. As the president clearly said last night,
Mm-hmm.
no other military in the world could have done this. I join
Mm,
the president
are
and the
y'all
secretary
sure
in
about
being
that?
incredibly proud of the air crews,
You sure
special
about that part?
forces, cyber operators, planners, and support teams and commanders who made this mission possible. It is their skill, discipline, and teamwork that makes this operation possible. I am particularly proud of our discipline related to operational security, something that was of great concern to the president, the secretary, General Kurilla, and me, and we will continue to focus on this. As we stand here this morning, many assets are still airborne, and we have hundreds deployed. I ask that we keep our warfighters on their way home and our deployed service member in our thoughts. Our joint force remains ready to defend the United States, our troops, and our interests in the region. Thank you very much.
But we wasn't defending the United States though.
Is regime change off the table, Mr. Secretary? And to the chairman, you said the battle damage assessment is still ongoing, but do you believe that some nuclear capability in Iran remains?
This mission was not and has not been about regime change.
Huh?
The president authorized a precision operation to neutralize the threats to our national interests posed by the Iranian nuclear program and the collective self-defense of our troops and our ally Israel.
Thanks for your question.
Yeah,
I think
but
BDA is
there's
still pending
reports
BDA.
that
It's too early for me to comment.
Pakistan gonna give Iran the bomb.
Green.
I bet you
Green.
they're not gonna talk about that part.
Excuse me, Mr. Secretary. Can you tell me, was there
The tour posters here.
Oh, these damn ads.
now, rather than being, something in the holster, now we're going to pull the trigger on it?
I would just say, having the opportunity to witness his leadership, he was fully committed to the peace process. Wanted a negotiated outcome. Gave Iran every single opportunity, and unfortunately was met by stonewalling, which is why he gave them plenty of time to continue to come to the table and give up enrichment, give up the nuclear program. But there was I won't say the particular moment. There was certainly a moment in time where he realized that it had to be a certain action taken in order to minimize the threat to us and our troops.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah.
General, you say that General Carrillo increased force protection in Iraq, Syria, and Gulf in those areas. Were they given any advance warning the attacks were coming? And also, Mr. Secretary, when were congressional leaders notified? How long before the attacks took place?
Sure. To your first question.
Good question.
The risk has clearly been rising over the last few weeks in the region. Based on that, and not a particular awareness of this operation, we've made smart decisions to minimize the risk to U.S. forces in the region.
No advance warning.
No, sir.
Congressional.
They were notified after the planes were safely out. Well, we complied with the notification requirements.
Whoa, wait a minute. You supposed to notify that beforehand.
Yes.
Supposed to know that beforehand, not after.
Two questions. Do you believe you completely destroyed Iranian nuclear program? And how about Iranian ballistic missiles? Your ally Israel always saying that is biggest threat. And second question is very important. What will be your next step if Iran or militias under Iranian influence on the region attack U.S. interests or allies in the region?
And you can chime in on this too, Mr. Chairman. The battle damage assessment is ongoing, but our initial assessment, as the chairman said, is that all of our precision munitions struck where we wanted them to strike and had the desired effect, which means especially in Fordo, which was the primary target here, I believe we achieved destruction of capabilities there. Ultimately, wherever it may be, whether it's in Iraq or Syria or bases in the Gulf, as the president said, it would be as the chairman said, it would be a very bad idea for Iran or its proxies to attempt to attack American forces.
That's the reason why they have the nukes, because we're there.
Regarding retaliations, Iran and North Korea are cooperating on nuclear and missile development. Do you think there is a possibility that Iran, North Korea, and the other forces, such as China, will join forces to retaliate against the United States?
Well, unfortunately, because of the policies under the previous administration, we drove those countries together, and ultimately that creates a challenging environment. For this particular operation, the focus is on Iran and Iranian nuclear capabilities. That's our focus here, is to not just say that they can't have, but President Trump has said from over 20 years, frankly, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And ultimately, he decided this is the moment, given their stonewalling, when direct military action had to be taken to prevent that from happening.
Good question. So are you going to bomb North Korea then?
I understand.
With that lot?
Can you say at all what security procedures are being taken to protect U.S. troops in Iraq and elsewhere in the Middle East? And Secretary Hegseth, as a global war on terrorism veteran, what do you say to veterans who may be concerned the U.S. is getting into another open-ended war in the Middle East over weapons of mass destruction?
Thanks, sir, for the question. I won't comment on what force protection measures are being taken in the region. What I will say is we're being proactive and not reactive, and being very thoughtful about ensuring that we do all that we can to protect our forces out there.
And I would just say, as the president has directed and made clear, this is most certainly not open-ended. It doesn't mean it limits our ability to respond. We will respond if necessary. The most powerful military in the world is postured and prepared to defend our people. But what the president gave us, as I said, was a focused, powerful, and clear mission on the destruction of Iranian nuclear capabilities. Those were the targets. That's what was struck. That was overwhelming. That's what was overwhelming. That's what the Iranian regime needs to understand, as the president put out last night. He wants peace. There needs to be a negotiated settlement here.
It's too late for it.
Iran cannot have a nuclear capability.
It's too late for it.
Clear mission set.
I'm say it again. It's too late. It's too late to apologize.
Yes, right there.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, we've been saying that for 30 years. Yeah.
How is this
it never ends
with the Israelis on a strategic level, militarily? tactical level, was there any direct Israeli military participation in this operation?
Well, I would say certainly Israel had an incredible military success, especially at the beginning and ongoing, in degrading Iranian capabilities, in degrading Iranian launchers, MRBMs. It's been incredible to watch what our ally Israel has been able to do. And there certainly have been conversations. I mean, General Kurilla at CENTCOM has worked closely in the defense of Israel for many years. And part of this operation was the defense of Israel and the ongoing defense of Israel. But as it pertains to this strike, this was U.S. operated and U.S. led.
We took advantage of some of the preparatory work that's been done over the past week and a half in terms of axis of approach. I won't get into the particulars, but as the Secretary said, it was a U.S. strike. We made sure we were not in the same piece of airspace and sky. Aside from that, that was the extent of it.
We'll take a couple more. Yeah, right there.
Question to the Secretary first. Are you concerned whatsoever now about the reaction from U.S. allies given the strike, particularly those in the Gulf? And to the Chairman, if I may, I understand you don't want to speak to specific assets and force protection measures, but do you anticipate at least having to bring in any further assets from other theaters to aid in force protection over the coming days?
We certainly understand the challenges of allies in the region, and we have been respectful and in working in collaboration with them as it pertains to basing and sensitivities there. Ultimately, they've got a lot of assets and people in those locations also where American troops are co-located. So that's a
What about Turkey?
of ours. Wait
a minute, hold on. What if Iran attacks Turkey
Thanks
then?
for the question on sort of the global picture, and as you
It's
know,
NATO member.
one of my jobs is to look globally at the entire range of challenges. We are always carefully considering our force posture around the world, and then offering options to the Secretary and to the President. I won't comment on any future things, but the American people should know that we carefully consider those moves around the world and try to modulate as needed our force structure in the region.
Absolutely. Yeah, right here.
Thank you. What communications are being sent to the Iranians right now, and is there any possibility of diplomacy now or in the coming days?
I can only confirm that there are both public and private messages being directly delivered to the Iranians in multiple channels, giving them every opportunity to come to the table.
They're not coming to the table.
What the American mission is, precisely what steps they can take to allow for peace, and we hope they do so.
They're not coming to the table.
The president may not want an open-ended conflict. The Iranians may disagree. Are you prepared for a protracted war?
Well, anything can happen in conflict. We acknowledge that, but the scope of this was intentionally limited. That's the message that we're sending. With the capabilities of the American military, really unlimited. So Iran, in that sense, has a choice. But we've made it very clear to them, this is nuclear sites, this is nuclear capabilities, this is the line that the president set, and we set that back. Now is the time to come forward for peace. But I think one of the takeaways from this is the unprecedented level of ongoing cooperation. I can't speak highly enough of the chairman and his staff and General Kurilla in CENTCOM, what they've done.
The chairman y'all replaced, who's a black man.
How an operation like this comes together. The scope and scale of what occurred last night would take the breath away of almost any American if you had an opportunity to watch it in real time. And I think Tehran is certainly calculating the reality that planes flew from the middle of America in Missouri overnight, completely undetected over 3 of their most highly sensitive sites, and we were able to destroy nuclear capabilities. And our boys in those
but what about sleep? Okay, but what about sleeper cells?
On how they view the future.
What about sleeper cells?
But I could not be more proud.
See, he want to talk about that though. He didn't want to talk about
precision.
We could get hit by some cells.
One more. We'll take one more question. Yes, right there.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Concerning the justification for these strikes, in March, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released their threat assessment, concluding, quote, Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Khomeini has not authorized nuclear programs he suspended in 2003, unquote. So what new intelligence does the U.S. have since then that the Iranians have changed their position on nuclear weapons? And does this new intelligence come from U.S. sources and methods, or are we getting this information from other countries?
Like Israel?
Well, I would just simply say that the president's made it very clear.
No, answer the question.
All the information.
No, answer the question.
The Iranian nuclear program is a threat.
Answer the question. See, you don't want to answer the question.
Neutralize that threat in order to advance American national interests, the Iranian nuclear program, and the collective self-defense of our allies. So he looked at all of it, understood the nature of the threat, and took bold action. I think the American people would expect in a commander-in-chief. That's all we've got. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Really,
Mr. Chairman.
That is so. Wait a minute. Hold on. That right there. It just lie after lie after lie, and nobody don't want to sit there and think for themselves. Oh no, she said. Hold on. May said, I want to talk about Nick Fuentes and his response. Oh, he did. See, I was at work last night, so I wish it did the Thai City brought it up on his live stream. Let me go ahead. Nick Fuentes. No, hold on. Nick Fuentes. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna steal Thai City's point. Hold on. Let me see what he's going to say. Let me see what Nick Fuentes is going to say. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. No, hold on. I gotta drop the link. Oh, hold on. You can't play Nick on here. Oh, you can't play. Oh, okay. Well, damn. Yeah. I can't play him on YouTube though. I can't play Nick on YouTube. But I can do this though. I would do this though. You know. Because you would get flagged. That's why. That's why. Yeah. For a white supremacist, I have to agree with him. Okay. For racist white supremacists, I gotta agree with him. I agree with him. But I can't play this on YouTube, okay? I cannot play it on YouTube because we know how YouTube is and I am cybercasting this on the other website. So if y'all want me to end the YouTube part and continue this on the other website, I think I can do that. I think I can do that part. Yeah, he's smart as fuck, brilliant political mind to be a young. Listen. I remember being on the panel with Nick Fuentes when he was 17 years old. I was on the panel. We was on Annie Worski's channel. Now, Annie Worski is where you got all the white supremacists. The only two people who were black on that channel was me encyclopedias. We was the only two black people who was there. And they was calling us niggers. They was calling us coons. They was calling us, any racial epithet you can think of. They was calling me and encyclopedias all a bunch of N-words and shit. And Nick was there. What's going on, V-Dub? I wish I could play the Nick Fuentes part, but listen, man. But this prompted me. Well, it ain't prompted me. It's been out there already. I cannot. I can't no longer be on the sidelines. Okay, well, I'll drop the link then. I'll drop the link. Let me stop sharing. Because, let me stop sharing. So, because of the movie, I think though, I cannot no longer watch the movie. I gotta be inside the movie at this point because it's getting too much. I can no longer be on the fucking sidelines watching the horror coming. Somebody have to be, since November, I said I can't be on the sidelines just responding or reacting to what's going on. And that's why I said 2026. That's why I keep on saying 2026. Let me see May coming up.
Am I here?
What's going on, May?
Hey, good morning, Big J.
Yeah.
Woo. So, what were your first thoughts when you heard that America went in?
I was pissed. I was pissed off. I was at work, right, and I'm listening to the radio. It was fun, So I heard that ding ding dong, that Fox News thing, and it said Donald Trump flew missions into Iran and the site, the what's it called? Site was destroyed. The planes is flying back home. Yuck, 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 yuck. That's what I heard, and I was pissed because all this whole thing about it's the lie part, the lying part. Oh well, okay, so Iran should not get nuclear weapons. Okay, fine. But North Korea got nukes, and they're more radical and crazy than the Iranians. What's the point?
Well, the thing is, we're in the we're in the most bipolar world now. So, how does the United States get to decide what people have and what they don't? It ain't like it used to be. It ain't. It's a different world. You can't just tell people what you want. I want to change your regime. I don't like your president. Them days is over. I don't know why they don't get that. BRICS is here. China's rising. India, Brazil, so many countries, South Africa. This is not the same world. You don't run it anymore. The empire is over. So this thing of arrogance, thinking that you actually do them bombs sound like they listening? Okay.
Right. I'm just sitting here, just like I was really was pissed off. I was like, I know he didn't. You fallen right for the evangelical trap. Now listen, I know I was raised in the church. I cannot stand the evangelical community. I have a problem with the evangelical community because that's what they wanted. They wanted this little war so Jesus can come back. They're trying to prove a religious point
But
by
do they really,
sacrificing.
Do they
Go
really
ahead.
believe that though? I'm just asking real quick. Do they really believe that? Because with Tucker Carlson, when he pressed Cruz, the what's his name from Texas? What's his name?
Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz.
Yeah, when he pressed Ted
Ted Cruz. Yeah.
Cruz, when he pressed him and he said, well,
Uh-huh.
where in the Bible does it say that? Is it this the government that Netanyahu? Is it the old ancient Jews nation state, or is it the current modern thing that they created in 70 years ago? What is this? And how does what you believe religiously matter to international politics? And so I would just still say, if you're evangelical, like what difference does it make? Because you don't even know where the fuck it comes from. You can't even name where you got that idea. Where does it say that even in the Bible? You see what I mean? So
Right.
does it?
But
Mhm.
okay, but I'm gonna do a video because I finally found an article from a Messianic Jew, and this Messianic Jew says no, Israel is not just the land. Israel is the people, which means that people can be anywhere on the planet. Bless Israel means you blessing the people that God chose. So it doesn't have to have nothing to do about the land itself.
That's what I'm saying. They don't even know where this stuff comes from. They don't know how to interpret it, but
Right.
they're going with, and they say that there's a whole sect of Jews that kind of built this ideology just to feed to Christians so that they could make them radicalized. It's radicalized a lot of Christians, and they don't even have real justification for all this. But just like what's his name, Tucker Carlson said, at the end of the day, what is your personal religious belief? That right there should exclude him from being a senator. He said, "My vote is guided by my faith." Did you forget you're supposed to represent the United States and your constituents? So I mean,
Hold
what
on.
they're doing is exposing themselves. Mm.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, John and Matt Hagee. John Hagee is the old man. Matt Hagee is the son. They have a church in San Antonio called Cornerstone Church. That church is so powerful. They've been backing the Benjamin Netanyahu regime for the past 30 years. Bibi Netanyahu became prime minister for the first time in 1995 when Yazek Rabin got assassinated, right? So when he got kicked out of office the first time, they put in this liberal guy named Barack. Barack almost made a peace deal with the Palestinians. You know who fucked that up?
Trump.
No. Who fucked that up was
Who?
Bibi Netanyahu. Bibi Netanyahu fucked up that peace deal up by giving money, funding the money to Hamas. See, Hamas was created as a counterweight to the PLO.
Okay, yeah.
And when Hamas did that terrorist attack in 2000, that made Barack lose his election. So Israel never had a liberal prime minister since, or somebody who's more on the peace side of things. It was more on the whole peace. Let's have peace with everybody.
Hmm. Well, I'll tell you what. When I saw the United States, and they tried to, hit Iran. Oh, we went in real quick. We're done. Mission accomplished. We're out. Nobody, we don't need to fight anymore. Everything's over. All right, go home, folks. I said, are
Mm-hmm.
you serious? I said, you cannot be seriously trying to sell it. And I know the reason why he's doing it. It was fast and quick, y'all. It didn't really matter. We got it. We got something done. Okay. I stood up for Israel. He thought that was going to clean it all up. I showed might
No.
for America. I showed that I have devotion to Israel. I showed that, this and that. He thought that he had really packaged up something nice. My MAGA folks will be happy. Those who aren't happy, they'll know it was quick and fast and we're out. Nobody was at risk. Nothing happened. We're done. Iran's going to be scared. He tried to box this package up very nicely with a bow. And what he doesn't realize is what he did with that speech last night.
Mm-hmm.
That speech he did, he literally exposed himself completely. And I'm waiting to see MAGA explode. Because when you listen to the speech, what he said is it's Israel, Israel, Israel. They needed this, they needed that. I showed up. I used our money. I used our resources for Israel, Israel, Israel. God bless Israel. He never talked about the American people, the American agenda. Was it our problem or anything? And Nick Fuentes did a very good job last night of breaking it all down. And I know people may think I'm crazy for listening to Nick Fuentes, but let me say this. When this whole Gaza thing started, I started listening to Nick Fuentes because people were referring to some of the things he was saying, and it made my ears go up. He's highly sophisticated and he is completely uncompromised. Completely. They destroyed that young man. They took his credit cards, any transactions. He can't do anything. They closed all bank accounts. They
You
won't let
know,
him do nothing. Go ahead.
about him, right? About Nick Fuentes. He's a Zoomer, right? And
hmm
shout out to the Zoomers. I got nephews and nieces, right? They're Zoomers.
hmm
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't. Zoomers don't give a fuck. Okay. Oh, you're
They
this.
different.
They don't
They
give a fuck.
different. They
Man,
different.
I love them. I love them. And I told my sister this though the other day about a year ago or so I should say. I said they're going to save America. They're going to save the world. They are the next greatest generation because they don't give two flying fucks about this, that, and the fucking third.
Uh-uh.
Because and the thing is though, and I'm gonna tell you why though they don't give a fuck. They see their daddies and mamas going to Afghanistan and Iraq. They see all that going on. They see all the as they was born around 2019, the 2009 9/11, the Bush years. They're born during that time period, and then they saw their parents struggling and shit. Us millennials, and some of us,
X.
Gen Xers, and Xers too, right? So
hmm
they saw us struggling. We came back from Iraq, fucked up. We came back from Afghanistan. We didn't win shit, and they witnessed us paying these high costs. All of that. Oh, who else came in here? Hold on. Came on the panel. Oh, okay. So they see all of that shit, and it's pissing them off. They ain't
Yeah.
gonna be they're not gonna go down like how us millennials went down. Us millennials, we kind of like on that whole, yeah, we don't give a fuck, but I don't, we still hamstrung by our boomer parents.
Yeah.
And
Millennials are still trying to play by the rules. Still trying to play by the rules a
yeah,
little bit,
right, right, yeah, like we're trying to play the rules that our baby boomer parents like trying to lay it out for us. And that's why though we got to get rid of these baby boomers who are in office. You've been here too goddamn long.
But you
You've been
understand that
talking too much.
David Hogg he's a Zoomer. David Hogg is
Yeah.
young. You see what I'm saying? What did they do to
Mm-hmm.
him? They crushed him. They are afraid of the young millennials and the Generation Z. They really, literally do not give a fuck. These young people are not going with none of the old programs. They're wired different. They learn fast. They're smart and they're highly independent. You know what I'm saying? They don't live in fear.
Right.
And they will actually rethink a whole dynamic And when they start talking, you're like, hold on, wait a minute, but we got this establishment and we got these rules and we've been doing stuff like this. They like, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's how they look at everything. That's stupid. That's not efficient. They are the chat GTP damn generation. You can't tell them bullshit. You can't fool them. You know what I mean? And they're empowered because of technology. You can't stop a Zoomer. They just different. Even China they got to deal with their tongue pingers. I don't know if you heard about the tongue ping, but the young
No,
generation
I
of
have
China,
not.
just what you yeah, well the young generation of Chinese, they said the same thing what you just said. I watch y'all tell my great granddaddy and everybody all down the lineage the same lie. We just work hard and whatever, we'll end up, with great wealth. And that's a lie. I got 4 generations in my
It's a
family
lie.
and I ain't finna do it. I'm not going with the program. So tongue pingers are not playing along with China's typical, China don't know what to do with them. They don't know what to do. They said they're gonna lay flat. I'm not working in no factory 16 hours a day, working the rest of my life. I'm going to do a gig job and I'm going to share an apartment. I'm not having kids and I'm not going to try to buy a house. I'm not investing. I'm not doing none of this shit because it don't work. And China is
Hmm.
beside themselves. They do not know what to do. But let me tell you something. Nick Fuentes went the whole fuck off. Okay. I'll just be brief about it and then we'll talk about it in more detail. But what he basically said, he said, all of y'all are fucking dumb. He said, I didn't vote for Trump and I didn't vote for Kamala. He said, I've been calling these shots live while this shit was happening. I told y'all that Trump was selling out America. When Adelson came in, when the whole bunch of group of people were placed that were from Israel and AIPAC all around him in his cabinet, he was like, I told you this was coming. And what he did last night is he proceeded to show and call out everything he had already been saying. He summarized it yesterday. He said, you're worried about the left. You're a fucking idiot. He said, Trump is the fucking swamp.
Ooh.
Oh, he went
And,
the
and,
fuck in yesterday.
and then when Allison donated money to Trump, right? If you know who Allison is, he's out. He's that the hotel mogul out of Vegas.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
yeah,
wife.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Because he's one of those, you know, Judeo people, right? Yeah, he's trying to steer American policy to fight the Iranians. If you, I remember when Allison made that racist comment about Obama when Obama made that Iranian deal. Remember that time when Benjamin Netanyahu went to Congress during Obama's term and Obama didn't want to see him, and everybody else said no,
Ah,
no, no. We
yeah.
ain't gonna, remember that? Remember that? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So Allison came out the woodwork and gave Donald Trump that money to run the first time. See,
Well,
nobody don't have that long of a memory.
no, but Nick Fuentes does. Nick Fuentes,
Yeah,
he goes to the beginning. He calls out everybody who you're associated with. He calls out every organization that you got support from, who you're friends with, how you voted. He paints a picture of the swamp. And I fear for Nick Fuentes. I think they're gonna take him out because what they don't need, he undoes their propaganda so quickly. I mean, and he's been doing it. That's why I started listening to him for 2 years ago because that motherfucker has a real and everything he says you can fact check. And you start seeing all
yeah.
these different parts of the chess game, and you realize that America is a whole fucking pawn. If you listen to Nick Fuentes carefully, you realize that completely Trump has fooled everybody. MAGA is going to be pissed if they keep listening to Fuentes. That's all I can tell you.
I don't want to hear shit from any of these Trump supporters. I don't want to hear shit from y'all after this. Okay, I don't want to hear shit because y'all was told. I told y'all that what was going to happen. There's a video I did 4 years ago. It was to Six Hammer 666. That weird white dude from Vermont. I told y'all what Trump was going to do. Oh no, man, he's not going to do that. Okay, okay, and okay. See, nobody, but he was y'all's white savior. Donald Trump
Yep,
was the
yep,
white man's savior.
yep.
But
That's
y'all didn't
why.
listen to this Negro. Y'all didn't listen to this black man over here telling you what your white asses, Donald Trump is gonna fuck your asses up. But y'all also worried because y'all voted for Donald Trump to save y'all's dwindling population. But he's really accelerating y'all's demise anyway.
Yep, it's a war on white men for real.
See, it's stupid. I told them niggas, I told them white people that on Andy Worski's channel. I said that shit on Maurice Delk's channel. No, speaking about Maurice. Maurice, I know that you're watching. You gotta explain that. I want Maurice Delk and Kelly Ray explain that shit from last night. I want them to explain that.
Listen, Big J, it's really gonna shit. The shit really gonna hit the fan when Trump announces that he got to give $500 billion to Israel of U.S. taxpayer dollars. That's coming next. That's coming next. He's gonna announce that we're gonna be responsible for rebuilding and financing the rest of this war. Watch this shit. That's when they really gonna blow up because Israel don't got the money and they're gonna need it. And that big beautiful bill, it's gonna probably include a huge chunk to rebuild Israel. It's gonna be our responsibility, trust me. And
And
that's when MAGA
and
really gonna
and,
explode.
and, and you know what I did, right?
Hmm?
Now I don't make money off of war and shit. But you remember that there's an Israeli shipping company called ZIM. You might want to buy some stock in that. If you on Fidelity or Robinhood or Coinbase, make sure you buy some stock in
DIM.
ZIM. Yeah, make sure you buy some stock in that.
Let me go look.
That's all I'm going to tell you because it does have a monthly dividend, 30-day dividend
Oh,
on
we
it.
got a
Make make
dividend.
sure
Okay.
make sure make sure you buy some stock in that. Okay, because
ZIM.
you know what? Hold on. Let me backtrack. I'm not no finance
Which one?
ZIM.
New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, or oh, I see it. Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Look
it's not that
at it.
expensive either.
Right. You might as well just buy you a couple of that because if they doing shipping in and out of the Mediterranean and it's based out of Tel Aviv, okay, go ahead and buy some of that stock. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell y'all. And I should
I'm
have
not
shot.
supporting I'm not supporting shit that Israel do. Fuck them motherfuckers.
I
I
know,
hope everybody boycott them. Fuck them people.
I know, and I understand that,
I ain't financing nobody babies being blown up. Fuck that shit.
but I'm just saying because some of us over here is giving away our sons and daughters away. They need to give us something
You
back.
would
The way I
display it.
see it.
You would display it. Big J, you would display it right now. Why America? I'm just being honest with you. Why America is the way it is. This capitalist spirit is part of the problem. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just telling you
I know, I know,
that
I
we are
know,
part of
I
the
know.
problem. We care about money more than we care about anything, and we will throw anybody and anything under the bus because we don't stand on it. And I'm not trying to be funny, but this is one of the reasons why I love Islam, because Islam don't operate under capitalistic principles. You know what I'm saying? People actually have principles they stand by, and it don't fucking change for nobody. And that's why you
Well,
can do
well,
whatever
well,
you want to do to Arabs. But you know what? Give them 5 minutes. They'll be right back in the same position they started in because it's their choice.
oh,
They're not going to be rearranged by no fucking Western
but but but
bullshit. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
but and I fully understand what you're saying, and I appreciate what you say. But knowing how Benjamin Netanyahu and those right wing extremists are, I'm gonna read a part of that Bible too. Do unto others that they have done unto you. If they going to sit there and spend money, steal your fucking money, steal make money off of them. They're trying to exploit you. You exploit them back. That's why I'm looking at it. But like I said, I understand it. And I completely understand what you're saying. I said they exploit us, exploit them back. That's the way I see it. But anyway,
Queen, what you think about all that?
I take no offense.
I feel you, Big J.
I take
I
no
ain't got
offense.
control
Yeah.
over none of that shit. But if I can make some money off of it, I'm gonna make some money off of it.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about the war. But yeah, I hear you.
I don't understand what the hell Donald Trump will go over there and do that shit for. Them people weren't bothering us.
Right.
What the hell was the point?
Right.
They ain't threatening us with no nuclear weapons. So what the hell he do that for?
Daddy BB said so.
And I don't believe that was. I don't believe that was everything.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I know his name. They specifically said the United States do not need to get involved in this. Why the hell would they say something like that if they ain't got something for your ass? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. And they proud of themselves. Y'all see them press conferences? Oh, they big proud. They like, yeah, we did this and nigga. Oh, and they better not do nothing. How you gonna attack somebody's country and tell them that they can't retaliate against you? It's gonna be very bad for them if they retaliate. You attack them for no reason.
But that and this is the Anglo-Saxon. Yes, I'm about to say it. This is the Anglo-Saxon hubris. That's about. Oh yeah, man, we got them. Okay, have you ever watched that movie called London Has Fallen? You ever watched that movie? It's about to happen. It's about to happen. Watch it. Somebody's bridge in Miami went down. Huh?
They talk about Iran was shooting missiles at U.S. bases a couple of days ago, so that justifies Trump doing what he did last night. What the fuck is?
Well, Israel will actually kill American soldiers. They will do the bombing themselves and blame Iran and say our intelligence said, our intelligence told us, trust us, we're allies. And then that's an easier way. I'm sure that was part of the backup plan. The Mossad, from my understanding, so I never knew any of this stuff before. I'm gonna be honest, I was ignorant. I just thought them people was over there fighting because they stupid. I did not understand, but now that I understand, and now I'm going back to Kennedy, and I'm going back further than that. Woo, it's deep, ain't it, Big J, ain't it?
JFK was like, listen, I'm not gonna let y'all have a nuclear weapon, please, because you're going to fuck things up. Yeah, and then though he told AIPAC in 1962, listen, y'all are a foreign what's it called? A foreign
interest lobby
investor, a foreign lobby group. I can't allow y'all to give money to American politicians. So I'm gonna register y'all down as and guess what happened?
Dead.
Yeah, and then on top of that, 4 years later after he died, what happened? A American Navy ship got shot at by their jets. And that whole issue when LBJ was going to drop every nuclear bomb on every Arab city in 1967. He had them bombers in the air. As everybody was worried about Vietnam, he was going to nuke every Muslim city in 1967, based upon what happened in that. I forgot that ship's name.
I know what you're talking about. I know. Nick Fuentes keep talking about it. One of the things that Nick Fuentes is very dangerous is because what he has done is he has basically gave the game plan. He said all of these Arabs, and he's not pro-Arab. He's just calling the shots. He said, y'all do not realize that Israel has a list and they are picking you off one at a time, one country at a time. They're destabilizing your countries. They're pitting you against each other. They are coming to the Middle East because they intend to create something they call Greater Israel. They're going to use the United States money and all the resources, like we're some kind of slaves, all of us, drain us. They don't give a fuck about us. They're going to be the bully, but they have the master plan. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? That makes sense. Go to the Middle East. You can take over all the oil. You can control the whole world from the Middle East. You can control every economy. You take over little bit by little bit. You bully each and every one of these countries down. Make them sign agreements until you're ready to really kick their ass, right? You start off with the small ones, the little ones, the strong ones. Mix them in. And then you think about it, slowly but surely, you take over the oil fields. You bully them into these agreements that don't make sense, that destroy their community and their economy. You put sanctions on them, you weaken them, and you take them over little bit by little bit. He said Israel's ultimate goal is to take over Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the whole fucking Middle East, one by one. And they got a fucking track record. He's going down the line. He's literally checking it off like it's a fucking shopping list. And that's what they're doing, literally.
It's like this though. It's like this though. If you look at the ancient Israel, right? You know, include that with Judea, right? Include Judea with it, right? Look at the map of Israel before during the days of David and Solomon.
Well, I don't know. Tell us, because I don't have a clue.
Remember, okay. When they say river to the sea, they're not talking about the Jordan River. The sea from the Mediterranean all the way to the Euphrates. Euphrates is in Iraq. They want to expand all the greater Israel. David fought. I forgot what he fought in the Bible. I forgot the name of the enemy he was fighting. They was in Iraq. He was trying to control the Euphrates and
the Philistines.
Yeah, Philistines from the Euphrates and the what's the other river that's right by it? Yeah, that's when they talking about river to the sea. They're talking about that river and that sea. That's big. That's a big ass gap.
So basically, the whole Middle East.
Yeah, basically the whole.
Fucking Trump was sitting up there talking about he gonna have a Middle Eastern Riviera and shit. Stupid ass.
What Trump fails to realize is he's old and they know it, and then he's not going to be able to control none of that. They're going to make Trump lose all his respect. He can't run for president again. You understand? So all this is about his ego. He literally cannot. He's not Putin. Putin can run and stay forever in power. Trump got 3 years. They're going to use the fuck out of Trump for 3 years. They're going to turn the MAGA against him. And that's going to be good for us in a way because his whole thing is to create a legacy like the Kennedys, the Trumps. Well, he's going to ruin the Trump name. They're turncoats, right? And they sold us out to Israel. Listen, MAGA is about to explode unless these people are absolutely fucking stupid because he's not done. We're going to finance American tax dollars. No, they're not this stupid. They can't be this stupid, Big J. Come on now. They can't be this stupid.
I live in a red state. They're dumb as fuck. Okay, they're dumb. MAGA is dumb.
No, okay. Look at the comment section under these videos and see the shit that they saying under the comment section.
Yeah, they be saying the dumbest shit. And I'm sitting there like,
so you saying they're still gonna stand by him after he put our country and our soldiers at risk? If he ends up getting military bases blown up, they still gonna stand by him?
Yes.
If he announces that he's gonna finance and rebuild, all that money is gonna come from the United States to rebuild Israel, y'all think they still gonna stand?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Grandpa's country been sold in. It's gone, and it's because white men are dumb. That's all I can say.
Grandpa's country been sold out. Grandpa's country been sold out ever since when Reagan. That's Grandpa right there. Reagan was borrowing money from the Chinese. That's when he sold Grandpa's country. That's when Grandpa sold his country, though. But hey, you know, we gonna talk about that later. That's on. Man, that's some deep level shit. Yeah, them people in MAGA are stupid.
They gotta be.
All
If
they
they
gonna
if they
do
go
is
for that, they stupid.
point to the air and say, Jesus, Jesus.
I just want to know what Iran finna do.
Well, Iran this morning responded. They've been bombing the fuck. That shit
No,
look like
I know
Gaza.
what
Have you
Iran
seen it? Have you seen it?
And I know what they doing to Gaza. But what the hell is they gonna do
Yeah,
to the
that's
United
No,
States?
no. I'm saying Tel Aviv this morning looks like Gaza. They was blowing shit up all night.
Yeah, I know
Iran
that.
was.
What the fuck they gonna do to the United States?
Oh, you see? Okay, yeah, gotcha. Mm.
I know what they're gonna do. Get your ass out of these major cities. I'm telling you right now. If you in a major city, I don't care, New York, Los Angeles, Miami, get the fuck out.
I
I'm telling
think they
people, get
still
the
got
fuck out.
nuclear weapons. I think they still got nukes.
They got nukes. They ain't telling
No,
nobody.
they ain't telling nobody.
Yeah, I
And
think they
then
finna drop a
Pakistan,
motherfucking nuke on our ass. That's what I think finna happen.
yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Get the fuck out. Get
Are
the
y'all are
fuck
y'all
out of these
being
major
par-
cities.
Are y'all being paranoid? Or y'all for real?
Nah, I'm serious.
No, I'm for real. I'm serious. Get the fuck out.
It ain't gonna make no
Because
difference.
don't think though. Just Pakistan just said we will give you ours if Israel attack you with a nuke, we will nuke Israel for you. Pakistan said that.
Y'all, let me say
Get the
something.
fuck out these cities. That's what I'm telling people.
As as a as
I'm
a former
serious.
as a former Muslim, I have been a person who travels to a lot of Islamic countries. I'm actually supposed to be going to Saudi Arabia this summer. As a former Muslim and a person who's around a non-practicing Muslim, who's around Arabs. I've been around Arabs since I was 16. Y'all, they different. That's all I can tell you. The Arabs, when you like know them as an individual, a lot of my clients now are Arabs. They different, and they said that death is like honey. Do you hear me? Death is like
Mm-hmm.
honey. That you understand? I maybe have Islamic background, but nothing in me. I'm too Western. Is built for that. I'm not built like that. And you trying to come up against people who say death is honey. That means it don't nothing matter. Nobody on the planet is built like that but Arabs. I'm just telling you. That's a dangerous fucking road to go down. To fuck with people who think that death is honey. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
Get the now listen. Get the fuck out. If there's a major city near a body of water, get the fuck out. I don't care if it's Chicago, New York, L.A., San Francisco. If you on a cold coastal city, get the fuck out. Houston too, get out. Okay, I'm gonna tell people get the fuck out because I see it coming. I see it coming. One of them cities is going to get hit. Everybody telling me, like, why won't you go? No, why don't you go to Houston? No, fuck no. After this, no. I'm not going to Houston. Surely not going to San Antonio. Not going up in that motherfucking city. I'll go around that bitch, but I ain't going to be inside there. And not for
Now
this shit.
let me ask you something,
I
Big
think
J.
them.
Can a nuke be sent by missile? Can it be sent by missile? Or it gotta be dropped by a plane?
Both. Both. But that's not how though I'm envisioning it. I'm envisioning somebody gonna put it on a boat and float it on a barge nearby, like a. Remember the movie the Godzilla movie in 2014 when what's his name jump on that boat, he got the nuclear bomb. Remember that at the end of the movie.
Uh-huh.
That's how I figure it's going to happen. They're gonna put a nuke right on a boat, drift it towards the city. They don't need to go ahead and drop no bomb or launch no rocket. You just put it on a boat, drift it away to nearby coastal city, and let it happen.
It's a lot of motherfuckers over here. It's serious
Oh
over
no,
here.
better yet,
A lot of them.
no, better yet, a better example is the movie The Sum of All Fears. They did the same plot line. Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman was in this movie. Yeah, they put the bomb on the boat. Nobody watching for no boat. They tripped the boat into Baltimore in that movie. It's gonna be the same shit.
I think the thing that I'm concerned about, I hear y'all about the nukes. I think the thing I'm concerned about is that China and Russia are going to see this is the time. This is
And
the
that's what
time.
I'm
This is the
wondering.
opportunity. What's that?
Because Russia also said that the United States don't need to get involved in this. So I'm like, oh hell, he done stepped in all kind of shit.
And you know,
And
Rocket Man just shot off some
Putin just
rockets the other
did
day for fun.
right, right.
What'd you say,
Boy,
Big J?
this
Putin just what?
Pu- Pu- Putin just did. I remember that press conference. He was talking about oil. Putin just sitting back and let everybody buy Russian oil. Watch it. That war in Ukraine might end soon because everybody be since the global market is going to crash around Middle Eastern oil.
So I
Them
got these
Europeans
grads
want that
as
Russia oil. You know, everybody wants that Russian oil now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. He said, no. V-Dub said, no, that nuke wasn't a soda machine in Baltimore at the stadium. Oh, okay. But that movie was stupid because it didn't make no sense because how was the president and Morgan Freeman was up in the damn stadium when they survived the hit? But the nuke was in the stadium. That was a dumbass movie, though. That movie was dumb. Huh? The movie was dumb, though. It was cartoonish. Yeah, Iran supplied Russia with tech. Trump may have placed us as a top contributor.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks bragging about his this is what that's what I'm saying. Let me say this. Um, what's his name that talked about the big dick deviants? The comedian, the black dude. What's his name? What's his name? He exposed all of that stuff on Shannon Sharp's channel. What's his name? Cat Williams.
Cat
Yeah,
Williams. Yeah.
yeah. Cat Williams said that the next thing he predicted this year going forward is he said that everything is going to be uh, all about ripping off the scab. That's what he said. Everything is going to be
Hmm.
ripping off the scab. And that's what's happening. Literally, the scab is being ripped off. Y'all know what it's like when you have a scab, you think it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right.
Right.
Everything's healing. And you rip it off and you start all over again. He said the scab is going to be ripped off. I would argue that Trump, I don't know, Big J. You feel that MAGA is real stupid. There's that guy, Mike Dice. And Mike Dice, oh, cool. Mike Dice, if you look through his chat, he's like a Nick Fuentes, but older kind of sort of, but he's watered down a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
He
I
has
know. I
been
knew Mike
catching
Dice
all
is.
hell. You say what?
Yeah, I know. I knew you talking about.
Okay, go to his chat. Any of them in the past, he's been making excuses for Trump. They are tearing his ass up. They're telling him his career is over. You don't see this. It's America first. Da 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 da. I've been seeing a lot of MAGA waking up, and they're in there confessing how they got betrayed by him. And you look at Fuentes. I mean, there's some people. Tucker Carlson. Then you got Candace Owens. There's some real loud mouths out here, and Ted Cruz did not help the matter. And Trump, what he just did not help the matter. I see a problem brewing that's not going to be easy to clean up once the social media starts pushing forth that we have been betrayed by Trump. They didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. You see what I'm saying? And then when he
Hmm.
keeps going because he's going to keep going talking about what Israel needs. Israel needs. Israel needs. And the more he does that, because he's sold out, and they're saying that the Epstein files is something the Mossad might be using against him to make him do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I see a MAGA explosion coming. I really do.
A civil war within MAGA. I mean,
I
when I saw
mhm.
Ricky Manor going off, I knew that was the beginning of the end, or the beginning of the end of MAGA. When I saw Ricky Manor going off on Trump, I knew, you know.
And
Now
the thing is,
some
if Trump shut up, if Trump would just shut up, if he do what he did and he shut up and he go
uh
away and try to let it go, he could. You're right. They're stupid enough they would let it go. But the thing I'm saying Trump is going to do is he's going to keep
right.
bragging about what he does for Israel. He's going to keep saying, "Well, now we're doing this for Israel. Now we're sending soldiers for Israel. Now we're doing." He's trying to brag for Israel to earn the money and all the prestige that he signed up for. And what he's not realizing is that the people are paying attention and they're going to get louder and louder. Oh, okay, so everything's Israel. Oh, we're funding Israel again. Oh, okay, now we see who you are. He's got 4 years that he's going to continue to do that. He's not going
I
to
bear
stop.
I bear not hear the phrase "America first." I bear not hear "Let's make America great again." I bear not hear none of those words within the next 4 or 5 years. All right, I better not hear shit after this. And I'm gonna say it like this: I think there is an option to get rid of Trump without impeachment. And I already explained it on my other live stream on how to do it. Amendment 25, Section 4 of the United States Constitution. And all it takes is a simple majority of Congress. Y'all don't have to do no impeachment trial.
You think APAC going to let that happen?
You
Do you think APAC is
what?
going to let that happen? APAC, do you think APAC is going to let that happen? They're going to tell them how to vote.
Well,
You don't understand the
well,
power of APAC, I think,
true.
Jay, VJ. You
That's
you don't
true, but
understand the power of APAC. APAC
uh,
has a keeper on every single member of Congress, and they tell them this is the pamphlet. They literally give them a pamphlet. These are the positions of Israel. And so when you vote, this is how you need to vote. They call them before votes and they tell them, hey, you're voting this way, right? We're going to hold you accountable to it. They literally tell them what to do. It's not the cat is out the bag. APEC tells every single person who takes money from them how to vote, and those people vote exactly how APEC says. And they're not going to allow. APEC has taken and infiltrated completely. And look how evil it is because what happens is we give all this money to APEC. 3 billion, is it 4 billion every year, right? Well, it's to the state of
mm,
Israel. They give that money to APEC, right? And they turn around and they
mm,
use that money on us and they add their own funds to it. So they are using American funds to undermine American taxpayers, pimping us the whole time, recycling our money and controlling us. You know how stupid we must look? The
yeah,
Goyim. You know how stupid we
mm,
must look? Our money that we give them
yeah.
finances them to undermine us by buying all our politicians. And those politicians keep making sure that we give them more money to keep buying more power. It's very smart,
It,
evil, diabolical.
it's I don't know, man. If you saw that live stream I did about the city of San Marcos, San
I
Marcos
did.
is close by me, right?
I did.
And what Governor Greg Abbott, okay, what Greg Abbott did to the city council, talking about, well, you can't criticize Israel because you know we need our no, the city of San Marcos is like, listen, we need our money for here. No. I'm the governor of Texas, and we giving the money to Israel, and we're gonna close this down. We're gonna take your money anyway.
The sister cities, right? You got to
See,
adopt another city in Israel to fund. This is how crazy this is. We have literally
mm,
been infiltrated as city boards and city councils to the effect that they could actually pass a measure to say this city is going to give $1 million every year to Israel because we have a sister city. Now they don't give us any money or give us anything, but we are required by law to give them $1 million. How many places does that exist? Is the question. How many places?
right. I did have a sister city idea for reparations, but that's a I'm gonna leave that part alone. But anyway, um, but where was I at? Yeah. When the governor of Texas did all that whole ass shit, people was pissed off on Twitter though about that. But the problem is, it's the smart people, the smart conservatives, gonna be pissed off about it. My problem is these dumb idiots within MAGA. You know, the manosphere types. Who don't give a fuck. Long as Trump offends women, they don't give a fuck. Those types, or those people who are evangelicals. Those are ones I have a problem. Who are going to be a problem if they keep on continuing with Trump.
But Big J, I would argue, what difference does it make if they get mad? What difference does it make? Think about this. You get mad. Say you create a super PAC in your state, and you decide that you want to get rid of people who are pro-Israel, putting American interests last. Only thing that's going to happen is APAC will come up with some new people to run against those people. You see what I mean? They're going to finance the politicians that have their agenda. So you can't win. You see what I mean? Your vote doesn't matter.
Sometimes,
Your vote don't matter.
if your opposition is fighting among themselves, you can benefit off of. That's why I'm looking at it, because they might come in here and give you something in exchange for support.
Okay, let's look at Ted Cruz. How y'all gonna get rid of Ted Cruz? APAC is financing him millions and millions of dollars. Who gonna run against Ted Cruz? Ted Cruz already said he's giving his vote to Israel, no matter what y'all say. As a
Nobody at
senator,
this point.
that's what I'm saying. They got them people so
But, but
deep in
Ted,
there.
but Ted Cruz already. Yeah. Now, when it comes to Ted Cruz, I agree with you, because Ted Cruz is not liked by anybody, even within the Republican Party, right? So I see your point when it concerning Ted Cruz. Now they're about to get rid of John Cornyn in a minute. They're getting rid of his ass. They're marching his ass out of the Senate. You know that's if you follow Texas politics. They're getting his ass up and out of here.
But I promise you, an APAC person is gonna replace him.
Ted Cruz gets money from those West Texas billion. Right. And it's always from Texas, though. See, the problem with Texas is it's either people from the Dallas area, West Texas, or those evangelicals from the east part of the state. No, the evangelicals, they up in the Louisiana border, the border counties, the Piney Wood area. That's where you get those heavy Pentecostal, you know, weirdos and shit in office. So yeah, hold on. Right. And yes, Ken Paxton is going to be the next senator. Ken Paxton's going to be the next senator. Because the Democrats going to run, well, they're going to run Beto again. Stupid. The Democrat Party is stupid. The Democrat Party is stupid. They're about the stupidest political party. You're the oldest political party in the world. And they do the stupidest decisions.
I think we got to shift how we see politics and we see government. I really think we got to shift. These people are not actually even elected at this point. They're put in and placed by lobbyists. Okay, so that idea of democracy, our votes matter. With this new technology and all that type of stuff, I've worked voting. I've been doing that for a while. What do you call it? Working the polls. That stuff is electronic. It's electronic. It's a chip in there. You know what I'm saying? It's microchips. Who creates microchips? You see what I'm saying? Where do those microchips come from? I don't care
Right.
what they say. State certified.
Right.
We had this problem in Georgia. You know, this idea is the election rigged and this and that. Da da da. The truth of the matter is, by remote or by program, by hacking or otherwise, pre-programming, whatever you want, they can give you the illusion. You just can't trust anything. Up is down and in is out and good is bad. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at right now. We're in this post-apocalyptic postmodernist nightmare because of technology. I mean, think about it. You even with AI, you looking at people say something. Did they really say it, or is that a computer manipulation? Is that really their voice? When I can get Snoop Dogg to read the Bible in his own voice, what's real anymore? You see what I'm saying? We got to start looking at
Mm-hmm.
stuff differently. Maybe what you
Right.
see is not what you get. You know, and what we saw, what Trump did, we realized that all this time was political theater. I didn't know till last night when I heard everything that went on. He said we've been the best partners working closely this whole time. MAGA
Yeah, it's
heard
gang
that.
gang. It's gang gang. They don't give a fuck. It's
Yeah.
gang gang.
hmm
Shit.
And, and everything I said was a lie. All this diplomacy, all of that stuff, all that. He just let everybody know you can't trust me. I've been an actor because I came from a reality show. I'm here for the ratings. We got to realize who we got here. This man is not a politician. He's not a people person. He was a built. He was built by Hollywood. Donald Trump was built by Hollywood. And so what we got is an actor and a drama creator. And they're wagging the dog all over us. This is a fucking joke. And these rich, wealthy people are having a good fucking time playing chess with our sorry asses while we still think we're in democracies. There's nothing
Hey,
democratic
I'll be
going
right.
on. Go
I'll
ahead.
be right back. I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk. I'll be right back. I gotta put myself on mute
Okay.
real quick.
Okay. But yeah, democracy is a figment of our imagination at this point. You know, you literally have Donald Trump calling, you know, the Secretary of State in Georgia. All I need you to do is adjust me 13,000 votes. All I need you to do. Where's the democracy in that? Where's the outrage? But where is it? I mean, is anybody even questioning anything? The one person who questioned voting machines, they sued his pants off. They sued his whole fucking pants off. Anybody who talked about are the voting machines rigged? That was a problem. So we're trusting technology to count and tally votes. Who tallies the votes? Who counts the votes? Who's watching the watcher? Does it mean anything? And does it mean anything if the person who's being pushed forward is brought there by a lobby group? The only one who has $10 million has to be funded by APEC. Nobody can compete with that. Average Joe can't compete with $10 million from APEC. I don't care how good your ideas are, how much you care for the people. You cannot run against somebody who has $10 million and think you're going to win. So the people who are funded by APAC and big lobby and special interest groups, these are the people who are picked by corporations. And now it's a transnational corporation that has to finance you. So this idea of good, you know, the good down home guy who wants to help his community, he runs in a fair election and he wins. He's picked by the people. That shit is over. It's transnational corporations, special interests, and APAC that will control your destiny, whether you can even get your ass on the ballot. If you're not financed and funded and supported by them, you don't have a chance in hell. This is your entrance. This is your doorway. You got to go through corporations who agree, and you have to be bought and sold. This is the America we live in. This is a corporation. So I would argue that this whole idea of democracy is just something they use to bully brown people. We don't have no damn democracy. This is, if anything, we have an oligarchy, you know, the tech bros, and they're taking their positions. It used to be what, the oil tycoons, the shippers, the manufacturers, the steel industry, the coal. That used to be where the money was. But now it's tech industry, AI, you know. Big J, where you at? Come back, Big J.
Yeah, I was in the car. I was in the car getting my phone, my wallet, and this lottery ticket I won. I won
Uh-oh.
$100.
Uh-oh.
$110 for the lottery. But but here's the thing. I ought to kick my own ass. Speaking about tech, remember that stock named Circle? Remember Congress just passed that bill to make crypto a part of the stock exchange, some old shit like that. There's a company named Circle something, right? I ought to kick my own ass. I'm looking at it when it was a IPO. The motherfucker was at $2 a share. The bitch is now 300 within 2 weeks. I ought to kick my own ass by not sitting there and on that Robinhood account and put some money down on it. I ought to kick my own ass. I'm sorry. I was talking about the tech bro. You mentioned the tech bro shit. Yeah, that kind of remind me
what
happened last week.
Company is it? What kind of company is Circle?
It does crypto investments and all that, and and how to integrate it into the dollar or some more shit like that. I forgot how it works, but I was going to do the whole damn. I was going to invest in it on June 6th. I went on Robinhood. I said, "Damn!" And then the keep it techie was talking about it, and I'm looking at the news story. I ought to kick my own ass. You know how much money I could have put $1,000 in that stock. I could have made a $10,000 in overnight. I was pissed. I hadn't been pissed in my fucking well, I've been pissed before like that. I ought to kick my own ass. Damn.
Well, I decided to invest in Doge. When they first started, and that whole thing turned me off. Like I think if you bought Doge when it was like nothing, then you felt like you came up. But for somebody like me, I invested quite a bit, and I've not seen it's still sitting there. And the way Elon did, it's done.
Circle. Doge the crypto. That shit ain't coming back.
I know.
Yeah. Circle. Yeah, Circle is a crypto company. And if you would have saw when it was a IPO and see what it was today, you will be pissed off. Damn, I was pissed off about that shit.
Yeah, and I'm honest with you. A lot of these stocks and stuff is a rich. Not gonna say white. It's a rich man's game because you have to be able to dump a whole lot real fast and not having to care if you lose it or not, and be willing to let it sit there forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of how it is. Like my dad bought what is it called? Gas something, and he sat on it for like 15 years. And boy, no, longer than 15 years, so maybe 30 years. It's a company that deals with all kind of gases. I forget the name of it, but it's high up there. My dad has made quite a lot of money because he invested in that a long time ago, over time. You know what I mean?
Right. But I think I'm starting to look up municipal bonds, city bonds, and buy into that. But I'm gonna use that to get in, because it's tax free. But
yeah. I personally decided.
I'm not sure getting into that.
I decided to just invest in business. I decided to just invest in business because I get returns every day. You know what I'm saying? And I determine.
Right.
That's just me. I've looked at investing and I'm like, I got to wait how long because I'm not rich. I mean, it'd be different if I could take 100,000 and dump it into something and wait for 2 years. And then that 100,000 becomes 500,000 or 10, or whatever. It's different. You know what I mean? When you can dump lots and lots of money, That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene figured out. She said, "Oh, I like this shit," right? Because you
Mm,
have to have large amounts of money to really get a return on your investment. And not only
right.
that, you can deal with the loss. For some of us to dump 10,000 or $50,000 into something and it not turn out right, we can't take that L. That's a lot of money when you hard worked for it and it took you time to get it. So that's why I say it's a rich man's game, you know. But I like business because when I study, how long it takes, people talk about IRAs and stuff like that. I gotta wait how long for you just give me how much? What? Are you serious? I'd rather do business and I can say, okay, I got a return on my investment this week, $2,000. I got a return on my investment this week, $800. You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
Business is fast and quick, quick, quick. You've already invested, you already paid for your
right.
shit. It's like your cows. You see what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
it is what it is. You're gonna get your money fast. You ain't gotta wait 10 years for them to give you pennies, you know.
I mean, cows. I mean, it depends on how many you have, right? But if they give you calves, that give you like that's every year, that's every year when that calf get born, you have to wait, and then I'll say like every 16 months or so. I mean, depending on the calf, depending on what the gender, the sex of the calf. If it's a bull, you get money. 'Cause all you can do is sell the bull off, and you can keep the calf if it's a female. Depends on how many cows you got, but or
Right, but you
livestock you
reinvest.
got.
You
So you
reinvest in your
it actually
cows. I mean,
depends.
you say, okay, I made 1,600 or 2,000 from this cow. I'm gonna turn around, use this cow to buy more
Right,
cows, and you just keep adding cows. I mean, but my point is that you don't have this long term wait, and not only is it a long term wait, but if the economy crashes, now you back to zero. You see
right,
what I'm saying?
right,
There's a lot of
right,
risk
right.
involved. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
like that's why I like doing business
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have real risk. Not really. I have a product, it sells, the people want it, there's a demand, and I can decide and determine how much I want to make. Now the only thing that can affect that is if we have a downturn in the economy and consumer confidence goes down and people lock up their pocketbooks, but they don't completely lock them. They used to spend 2,000, now maybe, now instead of the city wanting to spend 2,000 on a contract, they want to spend 800. Well, I still am making money, just not as much as I was. So I like a good economy because people like to flash, people like to show off, people like to spend. That's the nature of
Mm-hmm.
us. And it's only
Right, right.
inflation and it's only bad events that make people say, well, let me hold my money. Let me hold it. And this
Right.
is the part that Trump is fucking up. He is creating in 6 months a series of bad events that are making people basically move towards stagflation. This is the problem.
Yeah, because yeah, you're right. Because what's happening? Because the oil price going to jump up. It's going to jump because what's about to happen. I mean, look, Iran going to close down the zoo. What's that strait?
Straight Hormuz.
Yeah, Strait of Hormuz. With that close down, it's game over.
And if the
It,
Houthis, if the Houthis start shooting shit again, in the yeah, we're done.
yeah. I mean, into the Suez Canal, it's game. If they do this at the same time, right? Let's say though they
Yeah,
coordinated, it's game
yeah,
over.
yeah.
It's game over. And guess what's going to happen? I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen. And I could be wrong, but but I doubt it. When that Middle Eastern oil stop flowing out, them Europeans going to turn their backs on Ukraine because they want that Russian oil and gas.
Uh
They're
oh.
going to tell Ukraine, just stop. We're not giving no more money. We ain't giving no more weapons. We ain't giving you no moral support. You better wrap this shit up in 2 months. Ukraine is going to lose. I don't know. They're going to lose all their land or some of it. But if those Iranians and these Houthis destroy, block all the trade routes, it's game over for everybody.
So what's
If
the deal with
Vladimir Putin,
China?
and Putin gonna be like, ha ha, you know, Putin be sitting there like, hey, you want this Russian oil? I got some Russian oil for y'all.
It's more
Bring down
influence. You're right.
some same sanctions down. Well, like we can't bring down the sanctions. Okay, well tell Ukraine to stop. Okay, Ukraine gonna stop.
Oil is power. Oil is
It's
power.
coming,
So
and everybody gonna say, well, that was a dumb move. Oh, that's Vito coming up in here. What's going on, Vito?
Chilling. You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
Vito.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, how we doing? I think y'all
Okay.
looking at it wrong, right? If Iran does decide to attack the Straits and the Houthis go after the Red Sea, leading up to the Suez, then that's gonna give the Anglos a reason to just all out assault both countries, literally changing both governments. I don't think. Yeah, my bad.
We hear you.
You're back. You back.
How are they
You
gonna
went
do
out.
that?
Yeah, we hear you now.
How
How
they
we
gonna do
gonna do
that?
what?
How
Obliterate
can the Europeans come? They can bomb the shit out of them, but how they actually gonna change the culture and change the regime of Iran and Yemen based on those type of people they got over there?
Yeah, nah, they just gonna take out the heads. They gonna take out the leaders of, I guess, what you would call the Islamic revolution, or basically the hardliners. They're just gonna decapitate every last one of them. The little Houthi dude that be screaming on camera in his
I
little
love
bunker,
him. I
he's
love
out of
him.
here.
I love him. I
He's
love him.
funny, but he's out of here. He's gone. They're
That
taking his head off.
motherfucker be turned up, boy. He be turned the whole.
Right.
I'm like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, he don't play, but they going after everybody. Like personally, I think they let a lot of people live, but if you start messing with that easy Middle Eastern oil, which they had a grip on since I'm gonna say before World War I, nah, them Anglos ain't having it.
Mm.
Britain ain't having it. France ain't having it. I mean, they may want the Russian oil, but that's as soon as Putin stops the bullshit. Once Putin stops the bullshit, they gonna get that oil anyway, or that natural gas. But nah, the Anglos going, they not playing that shit. I know Israel's on some bullshit, but the Anglos like, nah, you're not gonna mess up all these tankers that we got, especially Britain, because they send a shitload of tankers over there.
Can Britain fight? That's one of the things I was wondering. Can they fight? Are they worth anything at this point?
Yeah,
They
they
are.
love
No,
being assistants
no.
to the United States. They are great assets to our military. That's probably the only thing they are.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see the European Union. They can just kind of help along the way, but yeah, in and of themselves, they not much.
Yeah, that's why they're scared of Russia. They ain't do.
Yeah.
They can give Ukraine all the stuff they want. It turns out Ukraine ain't even using most of that shit. They got their own thing going on. They building their own drones. They planning their own attacks. They got their own military. They selling their drone boats to other countries. Ukraine is good right now. I don't know. The
So what do you
average
think? Do
outcome
you
of that
think? What do
war.
you think, Davida? Davida, do you think that MAGA is going to wake up and see now that this was a joke on them and that everything they thought they voted for they didn't get? Do you think they're going to see? What are your perspective on how MAGA is going to respond?
It,
Say
um,
what?
I think they stupid. Half of them are stupid, right? So you were looking at a MAGA civil war. Um, But most of them are stupid. They're gonna align with Trump and the decision to start bombing and shit. So, and the other ones are gonna be like, I thought he said we wasn't gonna be in the war. Like you can hear Ricky Manor as opposed to some of the other conservatives out there. And you go, oh, well, yeah, you pissed the wrong ones off. I don't know.
So you don't think
MAGA
there's
don't
going to
got
be a
3 years
mass
left
like
anyway.
you don't think that
Nah,
you don't think there's going to be a mass movement where they're all going to, even if they don't do anything, but they're going to actually openly be pissed and start saying I regret voting for him
nah.
over the next 4 years. You don't think
No,
so?
no,
Over, yeah.
no. Mm-mm.
I
Okay.
mean,
Damn, they stupid. Damn, they stupid. Then.
the MAGA thing is going to dwindle out anyway over the next 4 years. The Republicans got to come up with another slogan or another person to run. The Democrats, who the fuck knows what the fuck they're doing? So
They're done. They're done.
right,
Yeah, the
MAGA's
Democrat,
done, Trump's done, Democrats done. We just need a reasonable Republican. They're probably gonna look at somebody really, really young. Really young. It's about time the old dudes get out. So, and with all the young voters coming up now, people from the Parkland shootings, all those high schoolers, you know, people are either turning the age of voting or they've already been there and they witnessed Biden and now Trump, and they're beginning to run for politics. I know one of those kids that survived the Parkland shooting out here in Florida is running for politics now. So
That's
yeah,
David
the
Hogg.
young crew's coming.
yeah, Hog, yeah, that's
Well,
David
they shut
Hogg.
him down fast. They shut him down because he came with the
Yeah,
revolution and they wasn't ready. David Hogg
but I
said,
think
get rid of all these Democrats that ain't shit, that just sitting around being career politician, collecting lobbyist money, get their ass up out of here. They said, nah, nah, nah. That's how we
Yeah.
do business. You gotta go, David. And they took his ass right on out real fast. They came up with some
Here,
bullshit.
here's the problem with that. If you go look at the demographics of Florida, the older
Mm.
generation is dwindling. There's young people here, but they're not having kids. So it's a wrap for Florida being a red state or mostly red state. That shit is about to change real fast.
What? What?
Go ahead, look at the age groups. Old people ain't
I
having
never
babies, and the young people ain't having babies. Who having babies? The niggas and the Mexicans. But other than that, ain't nobody else having babies.
I never thought about them. I've always thought of Florida like it's gonna be old forever. You're right. You're damn right.
well, like you can't stay old forever. You got to die at some point.
Right. I never thought about that.
All right, then go look at a real result is to look at the housing markets in Florida. It's fucking up. Ain't no young buyers. The old folks is holding on to the shit. The property it's bad out here in Florida. It's about to be good for the buyers. It may
Y'all
be
got
good for the
ugly
young
houses.
people.
Look, y'all got ugly houses anyway. Don't nobody, nobody's ugly houses.
Those shits is small like a motherfucker.
Yeah. And they made out of paper. Fuck that.
Nah, a lot of them are made out of bricks, cinder blocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Remember
think I'd
this?
be going.
Cinder blocks.
Yeah, cinder block.
Oh, okay. Every time I drive through Florida, I'd be like,
But
God damn, these houses ugly.
I mean, it's made from cinder blocks. My house is on a platform of cinder blocks.
it, but but I think on the Democratic side, you gonna witness two women going at it, and it's gonna be a white man. It's gonna be the Democratic candidate. I'm telling people it's gonna be Kamala and AOC. They're gonna bloody themselves up on the campaign trail. And I think the Democratic candidate is Annie Beshear out of Kentucky. They need a southerner to run. They need a southern white man to run.
I think it's gonna be Gavin Newsom.
No, that's too much baggage.
Mm.
Newsom got too much baggage. You know, I actually think there's gonna be Kamala and AOC.
You think Kamala gonna run again?
Oh shit, where May at? I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
You see like the camera. You see where you're growing.
Oh shit, I didn't look. Hold on, let me see. Oh, what is that? What is that?
Watermelon, or sometimes type of melon.
C-Dub ain't playing, boy. He is not playing in
No,
that
he
damn
ain't.
garden. And he's in
Oh
Florida. He can
man, he
grow.
got dropped.
He can grow. Yeah, he gonna come back. He can grow
No,
anything
hope he
in
come
Florida.
back.
He probably will. He realized he was dropped probably because he got the camera out there. He can grow anything in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. That's the only thing I like. The weather and the fact that you can grow tropical shit. That's what I like about Florida. But they don't pay no kind of money. They don't pay no kind of money for jobs. That shit is
I know.
crazy.
Shit, it's kind of like Texas. They don't pay you shit. They don't pay you shit on some entry level shit. They don't pay you shit down here. Oh, okay, he's back. Hold on.
Let me see. V-Dub, let me see what you got.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, there's a big ass watermelon back here. Oh, there you go.
Let me show my husband. Hold on. Look at this, Pooh. This guy, his name is V Dub. He's on the internet. Look at him. He lives in Florida.
He's on the internet.
Yeah, this is Big J's channel.
Oh,
He
oh, it's froze. Okay.
look at what he
Can you make
got.
it big?
I can't make it bigger because I'm on this thing.
Oh, okay.
But
He
this
had
he
to
lives in
drop it on
Florida.
TV or something.
What is that?
What is that, V Dub? My husband just asked, what is that?
Oh, this right here is honey.
Say,
This
say it
is
again.
cantaloupe. Let me see if I can.
It's cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. Honeydew
Cantaloupe.
cantaloupe. Yeah.
You got honeydew
Yeah,
too.
honey doing cantaloupe. I don't know. Something happened with the seed, so we just threw cantaloupes in there. This is also, how you say it? Cucumbers.
Cucumbers. It's cucumbers.
So these got the treatment, the nice skimming. Let's keep that clean. And this one is the first one. And we just let it go wild. Oh, there go that fucking bastard. You see that goddamn Eastern Luber? I don't know if you can see that. I'm about to kill the shit out that damn thing.
So you're going vertical.
See?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. That's how you get more. Like, this is a big ass cucumber right here now.
You about to show it.
Pull like
Hold on,
2 a
it's
day off of
froze.
this thing.
It froze. Hold on, it froze. Go back to the cucumber.
Bro,
It
Yeah,
froze.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It froze for a
You
minute.
about to show cucumber.
there you go. Y'all can see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Somebody
huge.
has
You
to
go
get
all the way
them
down
beans.
here.
Wow. He lives
And
in
it's a bunch
Florida.
of them growing on the inside now. It's a shitload. There you go. There they go. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Boom. Lay up in there hiding.
Oh, he got a bunch of
Getting big.
cucumbers
They be
in
doing
there.
about. You got the big boy tomatoes, which won't get big for some reason.
Those are tomatoes.
These are peppers.
Peppers.
More tomatoes. Couldn't help myself.
Those tomatoes.
This is Big J might know what that is. Fuck, Eastern prickly pears. That cactus.
That's a prickly pear cactus.
So eventually you can turn that into bread and shit. This is ginger.
That's ginger. I ain't never seen ginger before.
Yeah, that's easy to grow. As soon as it start budding in the box, just stick it in some dirt. This is basil.
Basil.
Yeah, you just got to keep trimming it, and it gets crazy. That's a papaya back there. That's
Let me see the
baby
papaya.
That's the baby one.
Oh,
But
I'm
that's the
so
big
jealous.
boy.
What's papaya?
I got to do something on this. I found out this one is a aramuth or some shit. I don't know. It's gluten free, so you can eat the leaves, you can eat the stem, but when it grows the seeds, you can turn that into like flour, and it's basically gluten free. This is all my damn sweet potatoes.
You got those sweet potatoes.
They all over the place. That's my kale from last year.
Kale. You're
Another
going every
papaya.
day.
And then that's bok choy.
Bok choy.
Yeah. I let it flower. I shouldn't be letting it do that, but whatever. I think it's snail food at this point. I ain't touching that shit.
Wow, V Dub. You ain't playing with it. Huh?
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he got a lot of stuff.
He ain't playing. Yeah.
The backyard, I got the
Are you
the
going to
little place to drink.
can some of that or no? Hey Vita, are you going to can those cucumbers and stuff? Are
Hell
you
no,
just
them
going
shits
to?
don't even make it. Hey, bro, they don't even make it that past the day. Everybody in the house be eating them shits.
Damn. Okay. Usually I used to can them like pears.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we'll
see
have to do
pears
that
growing
eventually.
around, but yeah, eventually you have to can that shit and save it and
Hey,
store
you
it.
ever do corn? You ever do corn like this?
I
So
can't grow corn.
this is what happened. I left the goddamn thing outside, and then guess what? It grew. So I just stuck it in the dirt. And let the
I
do
don't
what it
think.
do. It's the whole cob.
I guess
Yeah. It might have a problem because they too close together, but I weed it out later.
right.
We just call half of them shits. But yeah.
I'll just give
Gotta.
y'all a flash of, I'll give y'all a flash of my garden real quick, just fast, real fast. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can flip it around. How do I flip the shit?
Kojo Malik said, "What will the grocery store be like in 6 9 months?"
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be.
Expensive.
She dropped off. She
Oh
dropped
yeah.
off. So I'll wait for her to come back. Yeah. Cole just said, hey, somebody, somebody, somebody setting their farm on fire. I don't know if y'all saw that because of Trump. He set all his shit on fire. I gotta find that. I gotta find that live stream or that video. That man set all his shit on fire. His crops on fire. Like, damn. Hold on. Oh, no. She said she saw that. Okay. Okay. Let me
Yeah,
see
she
what.
got the raised beds in the buckets. I need some more of those.
Yeah, my husband buys laundry detergent. I got carrots in there. That's carrots. And I got a whole bunch of strawberries. Y'all see the
Yeah.
strawberries. And then the squash and the zucchini, they done went crazy. Let me see.
I see it. You got one growing right there.
Yeah. It's getting too big though. It's about to pop. So I'm gonna pull it off. And then I got the kale, the collard greens. I gotta put some more stuff on them. They getting ate up. But yeah, it's a lot going on. And then tomato plants. And then beans. I got a bunch of beans back here. I want to be like V
What type? What
Dub.
type? What type of bean? What type of beans are that?
They call pole beans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I got what you call it? Rosemary and elderberry. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. V Dub, you grow everything from seeds.
Yeah.
You know how to get the seeds out of all your plants then.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. That's,
I mean, ginger don't need seeds. Once you get the ginger root and you leave it out a little bit, or you just shove that some bitch back in some dirt after you cut pieces of it. Yeah, you got more. I got turmeric in the house.
turmeric. Wow.
Yeah, ginger and turmeric grow the same. You just shove a
So
piece of that shit in dirt, and it's on after that.
so these are my peaches. And this is my pear. I got a bunch of pear trees
Mm.
and apple trees. And then we got the blueberries.
Oh yeah.
Y'all found out. I found out that I got blackberries all behind my house. All around.
Wild.
Yeah. Them shit, they just sitting there,
Mm,
bright red. And I just started going out there picking them. So here go the cucumbers. Let me see. I seen one somewhere in there. Here you
Oh wow,
go.
you just started those?
I started late. I started in late
Wow.
May. I started in late May.
Like she just started them cucumbers. One of mine started real
mm.
early.
But yeah. Oh, and this is my cantaloupe. I know this is gonna fail. This is cantaloupe and honeydew. I planted 100. That's dumb. I just did it for fun.
They ain't gonna fail. They gonna wild out. You better start planning to go up.
And this is garlic. A patch of garlic.
Oh, nice.
That's pear tree, apple trees. That's raspberry. They're coming.
Koja asked, I wonder what a tree right apple tastes like. I'm sure it's different than a store bought. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's not. I don't know. It's it's more a homegrown apple is more. I don't know how to describe it. It's a tad bit different of a taste, Koji, if you ask me though. But I don't have no apple trees though. But I do know somebody he used to have an apple tree.
My husband just brought these in. Let me see. From an
Green
apple
apples,
tree.
green apples.
Yeah, he just brought these in. They just came. They
Hey,
still got the leaves on.
so what is the best apple? The honey crust apple, or the green apple, or the what's the other apple? The Washington type apple.
I think it just depends on the texture you like. I like Red Delicious and I like Gala.
Oh,
Depending on what you
really?
like. Uh
Right.
huh.
Yeah, but you know what I want though? I want to try is that black apple
Now I
that
ain't seen
came out
that.
of. Oh man, yeah, I saw that the on the channel. It said it comes from the Himalayas. The fruit is black. The apple is black. It's black. It ain't dark red. It's black. Yeah, I want it. And they said it's one of the sweetest things ever made. I want to try it. You know.
Coach asked a good question. What will the grocery store be like in 6 to 9 months?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I'm gonna go up there and she asked that. When was that? 10 minutes ago or so. Yeah.
that's a good question.
I don't know.
Coach,
If
why
you
you
ain't
asked
growing
that
your own,
question?
that's
Coach,
sad.
what'd you say?
I said if you ain't growing part of your own, that's sad. Cause that grocery store building's getting bigger and bigger. So at least have something like an apple tree, like an orange tree. That's if you can get that, that's at least gonna somewhat keep producing shit. I'm learning how to. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I'm
You
learning how to
could you
clone the tomato plants.
clone?
Yeah, you cut a branch off or you cut the sucker off, stick it in water. It'll grow roots. You stick it in some more dirt, and guess
Mm,
what? Tomato plant.
Oh yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah.
Same thing with
Yeah.
the basil. So I'm gonna start trying to clip some of these and sell them.
You know what? I'm thinking about making me some butter. I'm gonna find me a dairy cow. I'm gonna milk it. I'm gonna take the cream, the foam off the top of it, and put it in a paint machine and shake it until it becomes butter.
Shit.
They got this lady
Take it.
named Fundi Feet in Texas somewhere. Y'all know Fundi Feet? She does gardening too.
I'm not familiar with her.
Oh, okay. But dang, V Dub, yeah, you can grow everything. You grow papaya, you could grow bananas, you could grow anything. Mangoes, wow, lemons, limes.
Yeah, I messed up the mango plant. I did something to it, so it didn't come out right. And the avocados, I don't know where the fuck they at. I just be throwing them shits in the dirt. Finish it, throw it
Wow.
outside. Fuck it. A lot of my
Yeah, we
plants,
get some.
some of
You
them
get so
came from
many
the
seeds
compost.
after a while. You just might as well throw them. I get so many pepper seeds. I just be like, man, just throw this shit because I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it. Throw that shit. Have it growing wild on the side of the house instead of weeds. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's how I got that cantaloupe patch. I got 100 cantaloupe seeds. You know how many bags I got of that? Every time I keep getting the seeds, I'm like, I got thousands of seeds at this point. That's why I was just like, fuck it. I'm just throw this shit out here. It might look crazy. I don't know what it's gonna do, but it's on the ground now.
Yeah, I'm about to do that shit on the side of the house. Just throw some cantaloupe seeds on. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
I didn't expect the cucumber to be so ferocious, but I mean, I'm learning. This is my first cucumber trial. One plant, I'm gonna let wild out, and the rest of them, they going through trimming them up, making sure they got airflow. They could grow. The flowers are seen. Like I'm out here right now, some millions of bees just floating around this thing. I love it.
Let me
I,
ask you
I, I
something
want.
because you dealing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
V. Go ahead.
Just a
No,
quick
no, you go ahead,
question
man.
for Vida. Okay, quick question for Vida. You got all them tropical exotic fruits and stuff out there. One of the problems I have with some of this stuff is squash, zucchini, watermelon, and different stuff will crossbreed. That's a problem for me. Cantaloupe. Do you have exotic things that crossbreed that shouldn't? Have you ever had that happen?
I don't know yet. This is the first time I had so much space to do all this, and I'm looking at the bees go from the cucumber straight to the cantaloupe, then to the watermelon, then back up. Like they having fun, but I don't know how
Right.
much cross pollination they might be doing.
A lot.
It won't affect anything. I mean, cantaloupe is not going to match. It's not going to get with a cucumber. I mean,
Yeah, they do.
They're the same family, and the pumpkin, squash, zucchini. They all like the same family. It's weird.
They do. I've had some shit in my garden, and I don't know why I have such a bad reaction to it, but I get really upset when I see it happen because I feel it feels like evil science to me. I don't want that to happen. So I've had
why?
all these different things breed. It's nasty. It's something wrong with it. A cucumber is supposed to be a cucumber. And so when I end up with a half a squash, half a cucumber, you see how it looks? It turns me off really bad. It's kind of ungodly if you see it for yourself. The vibe it gives you, for real. When you see these things blending, and you can tell that's a watermelon mixed with a cucumber, or that's a squash mixed with a zucchini. And sometimes they get monstrous. They create things that are not normal. They can get to be like big and bulbous, and you're like, what the whole fuck is that? And when you cut it open, you're like, what the whole fuck is that? It scares me actually.
I guess that's why people just stick to like certain crops.
Coach Malik said you're going to have a segregationist garden.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit. Like when I was gardening, right? I used to garden. I was like how old? Like 13, 14 years old at the time. I used to line it up right as a protection barrier. I used marigold as a barrier. Um, to fight, to attract, to take the insects away from you know, the edible fruit and the edible plants, right? So I used to grow like a line of peppers, hot peppers. Then I use another line of, huh? Yeah. What's that? Oh, what's it called? The chili peppers. Then I use another line for lettuce. The lettuce took over the damn yard. The lettuce took everything over. Didn't well. That's how, like 4 or 5 months later. But then I took uh tomatoes. Then I use watermelon. Uh, you know, as the finale at the back of the garden. I use water. No. I take that back. I put corn up there too. I put sweet corn up in there. And yeah. But anyway, a few months later, because I start playing football and shit. Um, the lettuce took over, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm just going to destroy the entire garden." So I picked all the shit up, the corn, the watermelon. I opened the motherfucker up to those cows and shit, the cows and the sheep and shit, and they ate it all up because the lettuce took everything over, man. They was about to take over the whole damn yard, though. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Lettuce are colonizer. Yes, they do. They'll take over shit. You know, if
Koja,
you if you
while
allow
you
them.
making jokes, Koja, while you making jokes, you learn a lot about people and the nature of humans in the garden. Seriously.
Hmm. Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't realize that plants are very violent. They're extremely violent, more than adults, I mean humans are, because they fight underground. and they fight above ground. And it's a slow fight, but you over time when you're in the garden, you watch it. Like those beans, they will literally go on top of the tomato. They will each leaf will
Choke
climb
it.
on top to
Yeah,
choke it
choke it.
out, to
Yeah.
block the sun. The leaves start moving in patterns that will block the sun. They even had a couple of things try to do that to those small collard greens. They literally would grow more leaves in that area to block the sun so the thing dies. They can feel each other on the roots under the ground. So they're fighting underground. And that's how they move. And once they get to another root, they say, oh, that's another plant. And it's like a neurological system. The whole plant starts to respond. How are we going to kill the other plant? What leaves do we need to grow? What direction do we need to grow in? Do we need to start leaning to the left so we can cut the light off of it?
Mm,
They literally are like, yeah, they like World War III in the goddamn garden, and they on it. It's like it's up all the time. It never stops. It's up, okay. And then one of the things they do, they have these little spirally things, and they use the little spirally things to cling on and claim territory, and they don't let go. Like beans do that, tomatoes do that. A lot of the vining plants do that. And once they cling on to something, you know they're trying to cover whatever else is close by so it can't get any sun. And they choke each other
mm-hmm.
out. The shit is crazy. V Dub is gone. But yeah.
Yeah,
But
V-Dub.
thanks, Big J. I appreciate it. I gotta drop down. But I appreciate the conversation because man,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
war
yeah.
shit is crazy.
I need. Yeah, I'm pissed. What happened yesterday when it was announced, I was pissed, and I was like, I better not hear not one motherfucker from MAGA say a fucking word. Don't say shit. That shit. See, yeah, but I'm about to get off of here. I guess, Queen Sunkiss, you want to say something before I leave? I don't want to be rude or anything, but
No, you
'cause,
finna go.
I'm about to, yeah, 'cause yeah,
Go.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got
I
45
got
minutes.
some roll. Oh, you still at work? Shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you still at work.
I
You know
get
what?
out.
You know what? You know what?
Like what?
I might want to grow me some broccoli. I want to grow me some broccoli and some greens. Then, all this gardening got me wanna redo a garden again and shit.
You gonna fuck around and be a farmer on that ranch.
Hey, I did it before. Ain't nothing. I did it before. Shit, when I was a teenager, I was bored as a teenager. Shit, I did that shit. Okay, shit. I was making money. Yeah, I sold some eggs. Yeah, I was selling. Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
gonna get
man.
you
You know
some
how much?
chicken?
Get you some. Yeah, man. Man, listen, that is the easiest money to make. The chickens are high as fuck, right? If you're buying a certain breed, right? Because I was talking to the Black Beauty, and I was telling her, get you that barb, the black barb, uh, uh Rhode Island, not Ola, I mean the New Hampshire barb, right? The black and white stripe. I told her get you that because they are the friendliest chickens in the world. You can pet them, you can do all type of shit when you can hold them, all that shit, right? Man, I made money hand over fist with their eggs,
Yeah.
hand
What
over
color their
fist,
eggs?
brown.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's brown eggs. The black barbs and not like my grandmother tried. Like, why don't you get the Rhode Island red? Because I got it. Yeah. I don't feel like fuck with them big ass Rhode Island reds, man. They're so fucking big, like almost big as a dog. Like God, so fucking big
A
though. But
dog.
shit, but not like no Labrador, but they bigger than a fucking a terrier almost, like a
Yeah.
I mean like the rooster. The rooster I'm talking about. They're so fucking big, So
Oh, yeah, roosters are big.
shit, but they
Hey,
know how to fill up a stomach up. 'Cause I remember my grandma grabbed it and she huh? Oh yeah. She went in and popped that neck, man, and few hours later, man, she came out with that chicken and dumplings. Oh hell yeah! Shit, that wasn't good at eating though. That wasn't good as eating. I swear to God. Whew.
Your ass so country.
Huh?
Oh, I said
Shit.
you so country.
Huh? Oh, I'm still so
I said,
country.
yeah, you so country. You
Yeah.
country.
Mm-hmm.
The swinging chickens. Pop that dick.
Yeah, get you. Man, she popped that chicken. I thought, man, why won't y'all just, man, it was like, I was shocked when she did it. You know, it was like she just reached down there and grabbed it and went crack. Like, what the fuck? And she just don't pick all the feathers out. And then a few hours later, we was already eating and shit. You know.
It was delicious, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh man. I mean, actual, listen, chickens, home raised chicken tastes better than what the shit you brought from the store. God, that's some good. Oh man, the taste is different because because the store bought chicken is eating what, grain and some hormone shit. Man, if you got some free range chickens, what they eating? Grass, grasshoppers, crickets and shit. You know, bugs, scorpions and shit. Man, after you feed on them, man, that it tastes better. All of that, you know. Yeah, she still is. She still is, and I'm about to head over and get that pot roast because she made some pot roast the other day, yesterday. Yeah, I'm thinking about going over there and get that pot roast in a minute.
What she make with the pot roast?
Some carrots, some tomatoes. No, not tomatoes. Potatoes. I'm sorry. Somebody else she made with it. I'm trying to. I didn't even have a bite of it yet. She made it's a whole big ass pot roast. I walked in there yesterday. I said, "What the?" She had that shit simmering too. Ooh, yo, man, I gotta go over there, man. Shit, I left for work, and I wish I had a bite of that shit, man. Ugh, you don't know. People don't know what they're missing though. They don't know what they're missing, man. Yeah, y'all don't know what y'all missing, man. Y'all just shit. I'm thinking about get me a crock pot.
Yeah, get you a crock pot.
My damn self. Yeah.
Yeah. You can drop your food in there and be ready by the time you get out of work.
Right. I go to work, come back. Oh man, we done. Shit. Be all good. Shit. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here because it's 9:22, and yeah, I was pissed off last night when I heard the news. That just like nobody's safe. That's all I'm gonna tell people. Nobody's safe at this.
No, ain't nobody safe. They said they said they gonna get their get back.
It's already here. The get back's already here. Watch, it's coming. Don't.
But do they got any sleeper cells here? That's the question because it's a lot of Middle Eastern motherfuckers over here, and okay, they've been coming over here for the past 3 years.
They're already here. Listen. I bet they've been here for 20, 30 years. Just waiting for the word. They're waiting for the word. They've been here ever since Clinton was in office. The first Bush was in office. When Reagan was out, they're just waiting for the phone call. That's all. They're waiting for the phone call.
Well, I would have thought the first Bush they would have left by now after Desert Storm and all that shit.
Yeah, Bush was not. The first Bush wasn't crazy. Okay, he was trying to play by the rules, which he did. Quote unquote. I'm using quote unquote, right? He's not crazy like his son was, or out, you know,
Bush
deep
Jr.
off
was
the
money hungry.
end, deep off the. But Bush was basically a bitch of Cheney. Cheney was running the shit. You know.
Talking about Junior.
Yeah, yeah. Cheney, Bush was Cheney's bitch. We got to put it in a proper perspective here, because Bush didn't give a fuck. Cheney was just doing all the we going to Iraq and we okay, whatever.
Making up
We'll
lies.
go to Iraq. Yeah, we go to Iraq. Who cares?
Like Trump just did something and told all them lies. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do see a civil war among MAGA, but V-Dub is right. Them MAGA people are stupid as hell. I'm talking about the ones who
What the
still
hell
stick
going
with
on with
Trump.
Tucker Carlson?
Tucker going in. Tucker seen the light. He seen, he and Candace Owens. I think they saw the light.
Oh,
They see
Candace
the
Owens.
Candace Owens going on.
Blazing Trump no more.
Right. She ain't blazing Trump no more. And then who else ain't blazing Trump no more? Ricky Manor ain't.
Yeah, did
But I already knew. Ricky said fuck Trump.
Yeah, I
He
don't
said
remember
fuck.
him supporting Trump.
Oh yeah.
He did?
Yeah, but yeah.
I
Go
don't
on his
remember.
channel. Go on his channel and listen to him. He talking about yeah. I voted for Trump. I support Trump. I was like, Ricky, you sure you own that, man? And like last month or so, he said fuck Trump. And that was like a month and a half ago. He said fuck Trump. But I'm waiting for the rest of these Trump supporters to say something. But the rest of them are dumb. Most of them are dumb. I think the only people who's part of MAGA who's going in on Trump is Stephen Bannon. I think Stephen Bannon is going to be the leader of the anti-Trump MAGA, the rebellion side of MAGA. It's Steve Bannon and that racist white the racist dude. What's his name? Nick Fuentes.
I wonder if Congress gonna do anything.
They better do something. And I told people you don't have to impeach Trump because I did a video. There's an alternative way to get rid of Trump or stop Trump for at least two, 3 months. And I said Amendment 25, Section 4. Trump, y'all might. I think they might want to just use that instead of doing the whole impeachment process. The House impeach, but the Senate got to convict. No, I think both houses of Congress just need to do an Amendment 25, Section 4 on Trump, and stop Trump for at least like a seat for feet. Hold on. May said, I think influencers
Vance
like,
ain't gonna do that shit.
huh?
I said Vance ain't gonna do that shit.
No. Read that amendment. Yes, Vance there's an option for the cabinet to do it, but it's also an option for Congress to do it too. If the cabinet is not going to do it, yeah, read it.
Oh, if the president contests the declaration, Congress must decide the issue. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but Koja, I'm not talking about changing the Constitution. I'm not talking about changing the Constitution. I'm talking about Amendment 25, Section 4. Congress can sit there and tell Trump, "Oh, you can be acting president, but you can't perform the duties for 21 days." Keep on doing it for 21 days. Ty City had 3 people on his panel last night. Literally knew nothing about politics. That's what I'm tired of. That's what I'm tired of. Especially them old niggas on his Discord. Especially them niggas on his Discord. But they got a little problem with me over there anyway on his Discord server. You know. May, that's why I don't want to talk to niggas no more. That's why you don't see me show up on panels anymore. Niggas don't know shit, but they're talking. What the fuck you talking about? And I see why Ty and City quit the first time. That Ty was like, man, listen, I'm stop doing videos, man. He said I'm stop doing live streams. I'm shutting my channel down. And he did. He put it on hidden. He was tired of the shit. He was tired of talking to niggas and niggas over here just like
Negan.
Yeah. And it's frustrating. You know, it's very frustrating to hear grown men don't know shit. You gotta know something.
You should put it on approved only chat. That way only certain motherfuckers can come here and chat.
Yeah.
The swamp. Drain the swamp.
And then I'm going to say this though, and I hope you know what? Let me keep it to myself because in that Discord, so let me keep it to myself. But I'm glad though, man. He pissed off them SBE ass niggas, them niggas who SBE all the time. He took away their privileges. I'm glad. You can't shame, blame, explain women on my shit. I'm glad though he did that shit. Yeah. He got tired of that shit. I don't know, man. If you saw what with Sweet Melody and Game Changer beef.
I heard about it. I don't be watching it.
That man, she cooked the shit out of his ass, and I was like, well, I told you he was going to do that shit to you. Jessica X even told you that shit. You know, everybody told you stay away from him. But hey, you know, yeah, it was coming. You know,
what he do?
He was doing that colorism shit on her, right? And okay, so like they had a dark skinned woman, or she was a little darker skin, right? Yeah, she was like, he said, oh, this girl right here looks like you, sweet Melody. She said no, no, she don't, because she's, you know, she got African features and I don't. You know, and then he tried to exploit that. You know, yeah, he tried to exploit that shit on her. She said no, she don't look like me. She dark skinned. She is a beautiful woman, and Sweet Melody was complimenting the woman. You know, she said no, she ain't. You know, I'm light skinned.
She don't have African features.
Well, they was talking about the nose and the face, right? And she said no, and yeah, and he went and exploited it, trying to make her feel guilty for being light skinned and shit. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah.
The hot mess.
Yeah, it was a hot mess though. But she cooked the shit out of his ass last weekend.
Cook him dead. Then fry his ass like bologna.
You know. Oh well. But I
Yeah,
was like,
see,
I'm just looking at her like, because I was on the panel when this happened. I was on the panel when he came up there and she started cooking and shit, right? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, because I didn't say a word. I'm sitting thinking to myself, like, you should know that was going to happen to you. Because when Game Changer was on my channel, he tried that shit. And it didn't take me it didn't take
yeah.
me a minute. It took me about 2 days. Cause I got tired of hearing that shit. Oh, black bitches this, light skin, dark skin. You gone, nigga. Get out. I got tired of that shit.
Oh
I don't want to
shit.
hear I don't want to hear all that shit on my channel. No, you came over here because you saw me on Obsidian and you saw me roasting the sisterhood, quote unquote. You think I'm on your side. No, I'm not, nigga. I'm not on your side. My issues with the girl who swirls was on that other bullshit. Y'all just want to see me attack a black woman so damn bad. You think though I'm on your side. No, I'm not on your side, niggas. I'm calling out one specific woman out. I'm not calling. I got no issues with African American women. So I don't know why, man, you come on my panel believing I'm just gonna call every woman a bitch and a hoe. No, so I
So
boot
that's
his
what
ass
they do.
out of it. Yeah, huh?
I said,
No,
'cause that's what they do.
they said I was on some simp ass. Right, that's what they do, and they think that I was on some simp ass shit. Oh, you here for a black woman? No, man, no, nigga. Your fight is your fight. Your fight ain't mine. Mine was a personal issue. Your problems with every woman. I don't got no problem, and that's why I had to tell that dumb idiot early this morning. Shit, I know why. I know why you became MGTOW, nigga. That's why I asked the question. He, and that nigga exposed himself on why.
He did.
Yeah, he exposed himself why he became MGTOW. He got all emotional about the shit. Now he better leave it alone where it's at. He better leave it alone and go about his business on that bullshit. Shit, I don't have to say I don't have to say a word. I let you tell your fucking story. I don't have to tell your story for you. I know why you became Big Towel.
Oh boy.
I know why you became MGTOW, nigga. I'll go ahead and I'll tell you know. I'll let you tell your story. I ain't gonna tell you a story because I don't want to lie, nigga. I want to come out of your fucking mouth.
That is crazy.
Well, she put the video down. She put the video down, but some snake ass nigga recorded it and put it on his.
Who did that?
That's what, huh?
I said, who did that?
You know that nigga supposed to be a crow.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Did what?
Recorded
Yeah,
it and put
recorded.
it
Yeah.
on their channel.
Yeah. That's what I've been wanting to ask her that fucking question. I never got a chance to ask her. Why you fuck with him? I always want to ask that question, but I stopped coming on her channel anyway. I just happened to saw her live last week because it was like she hadn't been live in shit since October. I was like, man, what happened to her? She must have dropped off or some shit. She must have got bored and stopped coming online and shit. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get. Anyway, I'm going to bed. So anyway, y'all be easy.
Well, thank you. I
Huh?
only have 20 minutes left. I said, Well, thank you. I only have 20 minutes left. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Taylor. I'm gonna be petty, Taylor. I'm gonna be petty. What was your opinion when Brownsville was over here? See, so I'm being very petty here because I'm still
Was Taylor
pissed
there?
off though.
Why is you still pissed off?
No, no,
I told him he was on bullshit. I told him.
no. It's not him. No, it's not him. He's not really my problem. It's the people who enable his shit is the problem. Enabling him. It's not really him. He's not really my problem. Him on that talk that bullshit. No. Oh, Big J, you're jealous of Brownsville, or you're jealous of you jealous of Brownsville, or you jealous of Sherrod. The fuck you say? Say I'm pissed off about
Taylor.
that shit. That shit pissed me off.
Yes, Taylor. You need to watch it.
Yeah. You might want to watch that. You might want to watch that because that will change y'all's perspective about Brownsville. Because I told y'all about the nigga. I told y'all.
I don't think Taylor
all I had to do
is up Brownsville's ass like that.
No. I'm telling Taylor that. Yeah, I'm telling Taylor that because if Taylor see it, she will understand why I got pissed off at Bomb. She will know why do I stop coming to Bomb's channel. That's why. I stopped fucking with Bomb after that shit. That's why I stopped going on panels. Because if you would have saw that when Brownsville came on my panel and did all that little whole ass shit, you would sit there and understand why do I stop fucking with y'all. I mean, I'm talking general. Why I stopped coming on niggas panels? Because it prove what I've been saying. I'm on no nigga coming over here talking about some bullshit to me.
So you and the MGTOW Avengers still fighting?
Huh?
The MGTOW Avengers still tagging you every day?
Every fucking day, every fucking hour. I'm getting tired of that shit. Like, damn, you did this for like a year. I've been ignoring his ass. Like, goddamn, I get tired of that shit. It doesn't work. That mutant shit, that doesn't work. You still get the tags.
You gonna talk about how God was being messy in the book of Job?
I was getting ready for work, go live and talk about, ooh, God was being messy in the book of Job. Oh, ooh. You know, Satan and God was being. Let me be quiet. Yeah. That was making that bet. Yeah, I bet you I'll take away his. I'm not gonna say that.
That is. Satan is the ego, and God is the entity.
I'm not gonna say that, but you go ahead. I ain't going there with that. You know, I'm raised in a church. So I ain't going there with that.
I was raised in the church too, but I was reading the Bible. I was like, oh, these are the same entity. They one in the same. Satan is just the ego. Ha. That's what he said. He said, where are you being? Going to and fro, testing the hearts of men. And why would Satan be testing the hearts of men?
No, well, yeah.
I know Everybody ain't ready for that.
I'm not. No, I can't. I can't go there. Even it would go into a dark place for me at this point. At this point in life, it go in a dark place. I don't want to go.
He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Not now. Not now. You know, I gotta maybe further along in life I'll go there, but not now. This is not the
Okay,
time for
we
me to go
revisit
there.
this in 2 years.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That's shit, man.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to Taylor then. Ooh, look at Taylor coming through in the clutch. Cause Big J finna leave. He wanna go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my ass to sleep. I was waiting for somebody to download that TV show.
What TV show?
But anyway, anyway. Let me get off of here. So I'll see y'all next
What
time.
TV show?
Some Canadian TV show. 13 or some shit. Anyway, yeah. But I'm about to get off of here. So
All right.
So thank
See
y'all
you later.
for coming by. And all right. I'm out. Peace. Go over there. Hold on. If y'all want to go to another live stream, go over there to Taylor's channel. Taylor, put up your the link to your channel in the chat room real quick, and I'll go ahead and just prop it up. Well, you know what? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do all that shit. Fuck it. You don't have to do all that. Just go to Taylor's channel. Fuck it. I gotta go. I'm out. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.